topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause, we doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar pointing you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on Monday. It's Man Talk Monday. Woo!
Once again for 2022. It's your boys in the house. What it do? Hey. I am no rapper. I don't claim to be. Not at all. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again for 2022. It's Man Talk Mondays. I'm Derek, the thought engineer, here with my man, comedian John Yogi. How's it going, man? So we about a couple of days in. How your 2022 going so far?
I need 2022 to slow down a little bit.
It's going too fast for you.
It's going too fast.
Yeah, we want to say Happy New Year to everybody out there. And it's the promise of a new year. It's all what you make it, right?
That's what you make it.
So let's make the most of this year. Let me remind everybody, this is Man Talk Mondays. It's an open forum where we talk about everything from religion to politics to relationships. But of course, we do it from a man's perspective. Now, keep in mind, this is not just for men. We want everybody to participate in the conversation. Men, women, boys, and girls, everybody, you're welcome. Just talk to your boys tonight. Now, how you do this, you simply go in the comment section, leave your comment, leave your question. We can see this, and this is how you talk to us. But we want to know what's on your mind, especially about the topic. We want to hear from you, right? Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to our podcast. You can find us on Apple, Google, Spotify, Spreaker, Overcast, Bullhorn. Wherever you go to listen to podcasts, you can catch us. All right, so make sure you go and click the little bell wherever you see it, subscribe, and leave us a review. Leave us a review.
Leave Derek a review. I'm good on the review.
You good on the review, Yoda?
I'm good on that.
Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Also, we are on TV, still on TV. Catch us on BS3 TV on Roku. If you have a Roku TV or a Roku device, you can watch us live. And also, you can go back and catch past episodes of the show. We have some loaded up there. Every time we do a show, it stays up there, and you can go back. You can watch it anytime you feel like it. Get you some popcorn, get you some soda or something, and just go check us out whenever you feel like it.
He didn't say TV. He said Roku. Don't look me on anything. I ain't know that.
BS3 TV, BS3 Space TV. Make sure you put the space in there so you get it right. But you'll find the channel BS3 TV on Roku. You'll find that channel there. Go and check us out on Roku. Right? Shout out to all my Roku listeners. We got Mr. Ben Sutter showed up tonight. Mr. Ben Sutter, this the man with the plan behind BS3 TV. Thank you for joining us tonight, Ben.
How you doing, man?
Man, so this year has started off, man, pretty rough. We've had some things happen. So we're gonna get into our segment we call Man Talk About It.
Yes.
Right? Man Talk About It. We're gonna get into it. And I know anybody that watched the news, that we've lost some very important people recently. Rest in peace to the icon Sidney Poitier. And the lovely Miss Betty White.
And Bob Saget.
Bob Saget died today too. Was it today or yesterday? But it was recently. 65. Now Sidney Poitier and Betty White were both in their 90s, so they lived. So, and Betty White was days away from her 100th birthday. Her birthday was January 17th, if I'm not mistaken, and they were looking to celebrate her 100th birthday, and she didn't make it into the new year, man.
But how do you really celebrate my home? They don't want to be bothered. Leave me alone at 100.
I don't know, but she seemed like she had a lot of life, man, in her. Even later on in life, man, she was still doing acting. She was still on shows and stuff like that.
She was a prop.
Oh, you wrong. You wrong. All you Betty White fans, send your letters to Yogi Lou.
No ratings me. No ratings me. Yeah,
but Sidney Poitier, huge icon, first black man to win an Emmy.
Sidney Poitier?
Yes, that was him.
Greatness.
Oh, greatness, man.
Greatness.
Absolutely. So those are some huge losses heading into 2022. Huge losses. For some of y'all who might be struggling with loss, there is hope for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, the first pig heart transplant was performed. The first pig heart transplant was performed.
How was that hope?
Hey man, heart's hard to come by. But pigs not.
You better
Human hearts are hard to come by.
You better get a hold on. Get those out.
Hey man, all these pig farmers they finna be rich. They finna break the bank.
They talking about getting all organs and stuff from. They crazy.
I don't know if it'll work. You know, we used every part of the pig already. We ain't never used that part, so it might not be no good.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. How would you feel having a pig heart, man? Would you accept it?
I'll probably not though.
Develop appetite for slop. What'd you say?
Hey, if they can use it, that's different, man. They can't get somebody else wrong. Like a horse or something.
I mean, but in order for you to use somebody's heart, somebody got to die. And then they got to match. I wonder how they work out the blood type situation. I thought they had to match blood types in the whole nine. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But technology is ridiculous. People are living a lot longer because of the technology we have today. And I guess this is just part of that new technology that you finding today. That you can take the heart of a pig and put it in a human and save somebody's life. It's crazy. The life expectancy of people is increasing because of technology.
Yeah. That's the thing, though, right?
Yeah. It's causing problems for Social Security. People living too long. No, that's real. That's real. They're saying they're having problems with Social Security because they didn't expect people to live this long. Social Security does not bank on people living that long.
Well, so they wouldn't expect Betty White to live that long?
Betty White was rich.
People live too long. Talking about Betty White almost 1,000.
She lived a long life, man.
We
She on Social Security though.
How many more summers you want to do?
How many more summers I want?
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, as many as the good Lord gonna give me.
See, that's a good answer. You gotta have a number. You want 90, 95?
Not even be good. Monique says, so the pig heart went inside of him? Yes, it went inside a human being. A pig heart inside of a human. Like I said, we didn't already use the pig from the rooter to the tutor. Now they done found the heart. They can use the heart now. We thought we had used all the pig up. But we got the heart. So, and listen, one thing about it, people are gonna find a way to live if they can. And medical science is crazy right now. They trying some of everything to help people out. And some of this stuff is working. I don't know. This is just the first person. They're gonna keep an eye on him and see how this thing work out for him. But I don't know. Are you hopeful? You hopeful that it's gonna work?
Oh, absolutely. I'm hoping anytime that we can find some extended lives.
Yeah. Because anybody in need of a transplant, that it's pretty grim already. So, any hope you can offer them?
Yeah.
There is hope in Louisiana today. Hope for anybody that may get arrested and tried before a judge. So let me tell you what happened. So this Louisiana judge, she resigned after a video exposes her of racial slurs. So she kicking it with her family over the holidays, and they're watching some video. I guess it may be some kind of footage of some kind of burglary or something. And I guess maybe the person that was trying to do it was black. But her and some more people were using racial slurs. Now, they weren't seen in the video, but you can hear them. And her voice was identifiable. So Judge Michelle Audinette of Lafayette, Louisiana, she was caught on video using racial slurs. And she went ahead and resigned because she got caught using racial slurs.
I think what's surprising to me is that you chilling with your people and somebody recording you. You at your family reunion eating a real and some chicken and somebody recording you. Ain't no one safe.
Hey, it ain't so much that they was recording, but somebody put it out. Somebody leaked the video. So it had to be an inside job. Somebody in your family don't like you, number one.
Well, if you a judge, you probably think you good anyway.
So, and that was the big thing about it, because now people see how she feels about black people. So she went ahead and resigned because she feels like they said any criminal cases that have been brought to her, they would have been asking her to recuse herself constantly because of the video.
Well, because you know y'all said something that was suspect. We've been looking at the sideways and everything.
But think about the stuff we say behind closed doors.
You don't want to know.
Think about it. So what's the big deal that she said something? Why is it such a big deal?
What is it appear that we're not out? We always whatever it is doing. You know, if you judge, you can't have perfect about what they're doing. That's not fair.
You don't think it's fair?
It's not fair. Everybody get out, right?
Christina said she said at first she wasn't going to resign and we needed to essentially get over it.
Oh.
And to Christina's point, you know the PR and everything, they made her resign and say, you know, this, you might as well go ahead and resign and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, they talked her into it. So I'm pretty sure what she put out to the public, the apology and everything, it was rehearsed. It was somebody wrote it for her. Is it how she really feels? I seriously doubt it. Seriously doubt she has remorse for this.
We don't really know how people feel. She was trying to tell us how really felt, but we mad at it.
Yeah, she was telling people how she felt every time she hit that gavel and sent somebody to prison.
See, there you go.
Hey, listen, that's what I'm saying, because one thing you got to understand, when a person is a police officer or a judge or someone, they sit in a position like that, wherever their mind is, their biases and everything, they don't cut that off. You empower it. So if the judge is racist, they put on that robe, you empower their racism.
You should make it on a white robe.
See, a missionary, huh? Missionary on the net. Hey man, but somebody sold her out though. Somebody in the house. That's cold blooded.
Yeah. But if you get money, people gonna sell you out.
Hey,
it don't matter who it is. Everybody needs money.
Ivan says, right, D, you can't be in that type of position prejudiced. It happens all day, every day, but when exposed, you gotta go. Absolutely. It's been a good run. You had fun, but you gotta go now. We gotta get you out of there. Mm-hmm. You think about how many people we don't hear what goes on behind closed doors, and you think about how some of these people feel about other people, and you presiding over things that can decide the fate of a person's life, and you already got biases.
But does that equal? But the racial slur equal to prejudice?
That's a good question.
Because I think we all, some of y'all, we all admit it. You know, we say stuff we probably shouldn't say because people just stuff in the record.
Yeah.
If you record some alcohol, they know me to how.
Everybody gonna have to start making all their family sign an NDA before they have family get together. Especially if you hold a prominent position.
Yeah, that's cold, man.
But this is learned behavior, man. People don't just, I don't believe people just, you're not born this way. This is something you learn. Something you pick up as you get older. You hear your parents talking and all this type of stuff, you know.
But who's more prejudiced than black people?
Prejudice?
Mm-hmm.
Is it justified though?
What does that mean?
Hey man, I'm just talking history. I'm talking history. The efforts to trust have not worked out so well.
They have not. They have not. But what if she has personal dealings with some African American individuals, and she felt like she was wrong, and she was speaking about it?
That ain't what was going down in the video.
What was going on? Tell me.
They was having a little a ha good time, laughing at this black person and using racial slurs.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Ivan said, yes, a racial slur equals prejudice. Law is supposed to lean toward the innocent until proven guilty. If there is any indication that you are prejudiced, you gotta get the heck out.
Wait. What about the case? That was the Trump guy.
You talking about the Rittenhouse Rittenhouse deal? Hey, listen. I try to tell people. I was just and why is John's captains say White House?
Wait. Please.
And let me let people in on how this whole thing works. Ben said right, it's learned behavior. Let me let you know how it works. People don't take these offices. People don't take these offices so they can serve the public. That's not why they take these offices. People take these offices to preserve or progress their way of life. That's why they do it.
She got caught up, man. She just got caught up.
Yeah, she got caught up. Absolutely. She in the company of her family and friends, and she using these slurs, and somebody in the family sold out. Had to be somebody in the family, because clearly they didn't have any one of us in the house at the time.
Okay. What's like women playing with me?
Nah, it was
worse than that.
Nah. You trying to throw her a bone, but it ain't working, man. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
You ain't gonna let her throw a bone.
No. It ain't gonna work. Well, yeah. I mean, you get this stuff from the house. So if the house is where you pick up most of your logic from, we want to talk about tonight. You know, we like talking about relationships and the whole nine. We're talking about tonight, she get it from her mama. She get it from her mama.
Now see, normally when we say something like this, people think she get a bad eye, she get a pretty eye, she get a hair, she get something from her mama. But that ain't what we're talking about tonight. We talking about attitude. We talking about intentions. We talking about training. That kind of stuff.
Well, let me ask you this: what's the best thing your wife got from her mom?
She can really cook. She can really throw down.
Cooking skills.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a video talking back that you might got from her mom.
So you say your beans come with a little attitude.
A
little spicy, huh?
A little bit. That's a little bit. She's very independent because of her mom.
Okay.
Very independent. Very independent.
Interesting.
She run the house like I'm not in it, even though I'm in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
She runs the house like you're not in it, although you're in it.
And she said, "Oh yeah, I gotta ask you about that, don't I?" Yeah, you do. Yeah, that's core business.
So you mean your wife has to run things by you?
Well, unfortunately,
that don't go with modern thinking today, man. I'm just
now I'm not saying she likes it. Because you don't like it. But I think it's out of respect that I say, hey babe, run that by me. We'll talk about it. And then I will go into my chamber and come out and let you know about it.
Go into your chamber. Okay. You got chambers at the house. Okay. All right. The king's chamber.
Hey.
I think my wife got an awesome work ethic from her mom.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, she puts in work. She's go-getter, the whole nine.
So she ain't gonna sit down nowhere.
That's what she will sit down. Now mama don't sit down, but she'll sit down. Mama don't sit down. She will take a load off though. She will sit down. But when it comes to handling business, hey man, she She will handle business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody she's worked with always speaks highly of her and the whole nine. And I know she got that. I've seen her mom at work and the whole nine. And I know she got that. She definitely got that from her. That's a great thing that she got from her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Ivan says, yeah, man, my wife gonna have to walk stuff by me. Don't run it by me. Walk it. He said you gotta walk it. So Ivan said you're gonna have to do a whole presentation on PowerPoint with a business plan with projections and the whole nine before he does that. Christina says talking back. She your child. Oh, she your child? That was Christina's talking about. It's
a matter of when the conversation is being had and the decision is made, you turn around and you walk off. I don't need no mumbling, no looking back, rolling the eye. Because rolling the eye, I don't need that.
Here's a quick way to get yourself in trouble in a marriage. Ivan said Excel spreadsheets like a mug. She gonna have a case together when she come to Ivan.
Ivan ain't gonna get married.
Right? It's not looking good for you, bro. It's not looking good for you. One thing, in a marriage, you can't just do what you feel like doing. You can't just be making decisions all willy-nilly and hoping things gonna work out. I've seen people in marriage and one person will make just an executive decision for the whole family. And you expect the other person to be cool with that. Listen, when it comes to certain things, yeah, you can make it, but executive decisions, where you gonna stay, what needs to be spent, and the whole nine, no, that's gotta be run. That's gotta be you gotta come together on stuff like that.
But now let me say this. That's not to say that all men walk like I walk. Some men are fine with their wives or girlfriend running things. That's not me. You would get the ones in the two and the left and right. If that was with me.
All right. Now you know people gonna say, "Oh, so you putting your hands on your wife? Is that what you're doing now?"
For the new year.
Right. You better look behind you. You see a frying pan come in the screen all of a sudden, you already know what's going on.
You know these girls.
So what made us talk about this? I'll just give you the background. So we're watching this clip of Judge Lynn Toller. Judge Lynn Toller, she's the lady that does divorce court. And she had to school this young lady about her husband. Because obviously when the clip picks up, she had been talking about this man like he wasn't a man. Because he wasn't doing certain things that she wanted him to do. And she had to correct her and say, no, what you have is a man. He is a man. And she said something important. She says, when I was young, soon as my husband would hit the door, I would start bombarding him with all kinds of problem situations and everything. And she said her mother told her, if you keep doing that every time he comes home, pretty soon he's not gonna come home anymore. And she said she wised up to the advice of her mother, and her and her husband obviously still together, have a great marriage, and the whole nine.
Yeah. But what's kind of tripped me? She was doing it for her mom. For her mom to tell her that. Because one thing about when you start doing that, running down your husband, you just do it to everybody. And I'm wondering these days, how many people's parents, mom, said, hey, baby, talk to you. This is how you need to be your man. Or do they say, hey, you got to put on him. Come on back home.
That's a great point, because I was just going to say, depending on who's giving the advice, you can get either one. Mm-hmm. Her mom obviously knew something about how to treat a man. Yes, her mom knew something about how to treat a man, and she schooled her. And obviously it worked, and she listened to her mom. She listened to her, and things seem to work out. I've seen situations where men will get pure hell in the house, and as soon as they start leaving the house or they don't come home, I knew one brother, he would work jobs just to stay away from home. Well,
I guess not to the fault of the woman. What if that's how she's thinking? What if that's how her mom was? Because most of the time, we transfer our relationships what we saw at home.
Ivan said that's why he is single.
So
what would cause a mom to give bad advice? Let me get. So Dr. Selena Fitzroy Smith says, if you let Cheryl run things, your mic wouldn't be echoing. Go on ahead and call her to fix it. So our producer is, she's on. Ivan is laughing. He says, Selena, okay? He's laughing. He said, let me see if John defends this black judge like he defends the white racist judge.
Hey, she has a lot. Black judge.
But you
don't wrong.
Monique says, I believe that's great advice and needed for most women. Now you said most women. Needed for most women, especially when marriage is new to them. I'm curious why you say most women, Monique, and not all women. Why most women? I'm just curious. Let us know. Everybody on you tonight, man. Everybody on you tonight.
Let me.
Oh my goodness.
This is the same every week. I don't know what's wrong today.
Hey man, you come back after a little break, man, and you got to go back and set things up all over again, man. I understand how it is. Well, what would cause a mother to give her daughter bad advice about her man?
Well, she don't know God. Cause you know, most of the time we have generations of ignorant people.
Ignorance is a generational curse. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
It just don't be warned. Well, hold on. It just don't be warned. It be big mama and them.
Okay.
And them. It don't be just love. It be. For example.
Okay.
My wife's family got women everywhere. Having girls having girls, just women. Most of them are single. So to say that, how are they going to tell their kids and grandkids what to do in relationships if they have it?
Wow.
Because they probably can tell you what not to do to be like them. But for the most part, if they were doing what they were saying, everybody wouldn't be. Because everybody knows.
So does our best advice come from our experience or our observations?
I think our observations. How many times have you seen what you did want?
Wow. But that's huge. You just said something, because a lot of times we would think people would watch other people and decide not to go their way, but they will do it every time. Case in point, when women get married, when it comes to a wedding, It's crazy. Let me get Monique says, I don't think all women have that issue. Okay. When it comes to weddings, women will tell each other, oh girl, don't spend all that money. Girl, it ain't worth spending all that money. And they will tell it to a girl that's getting married, a lady that's getting married. And she will go and she will spend all that money and then go back and start telling the next lady, oh, don't spend all that money. It's like their experience, you didn't learn from that. They said don't spend all that money, but we want what we want. We want what we want, and that is the problem. That's the problem. We want what we want. Ivan says, Selena, it's hard enough listening to John say stuff one time. Now we got to listen to him say it 3 or 4 times in an echo. Man, they on you about your sound tonight. Okay, so Mika says when mother does not know or may be bitter.
But most of the time she's bitter. Don't she pass it off?
Oh yeah. Bitter women breed bitter women, right?
You asking me?
I'm asking you. Do bitter women breed bitter women? Oh, well, somebody in the comments, let us know. Do you feel like bitter women breed bitter women?
Man,
if so, when does it stop?
They do. But why is mom bitter? Normally bitter. Because it's something that she wanted the guy left to do with the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the kids gotta be smart enough to learn that if the guy was doing what she was do, she wouldn't be bitter. And so you have a guy that's doing what you want to do. You gotta have stuff to make that up. Because most people don't want to be by themselves. Because you see mama by herself. You want to be just like her? No. Well, you better stop that.
Despite everything that may make you feel like mama is fine, she been killing it. She have fun. She travel and all this kind of stuff. Listen, you only travel a small portion of the time. You can only have parties a small portion of the time. But when you at home by yourself, that's a whole different ball game. Ivan says a man with an experience is never at the mercy of a man with the argument. Wow. A man with experience is never at the mercy of a man with the argument. So he's talking about experience is key. But is it, Ivan? I think about this. Is it? Because think about the experiences that you should avoid because you've seen other people and how it worked out for them.
We have one time. We how many times have you seen with a single mom have a baby to be a single mom? All the time. It happens all the time. Because that's the culture. So if bad relationships is part of the culture, what's going to change it? See, because I don't think it'll get enough mom saying mom or dad. One of the things I do with my dog, I know my dog is real fussy, like her mom. So I asked dude, and she was like, hey, which one of y'all know? Because she's not mellow. So that's got to be you. He said, "Oh yeah, I don't. I'm good. I don't. She just talking." I'm like, y'all might be for a while. Long you don't get into it.
How long does that last though?
Man, people fit in like a glove, some kind of way, how they want to, and eventually they change for them. But am I still echoing?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, everybody concurs that you were still echoing. So, what's the worst thing your wife got from her mama? What's the worst thing your wife got from her mama? Any married guys out there, let me know. What's the worst thing your wife got from her mama? John already said the attitude.
The independent stuff. That's because I think one day I realized that hey, she run the house like that. You know, she does make this money. I'm like, hey, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I always have my back up. Keep you some money. Keep you some money. Is that help? Keep you some money. Look out. It might not work. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff.
You know, I've seen women who've had a bad experience with a man, husband or something, and she immediately trains her daughters to have a contingency plan or to never get yourself in a place where you rely on a man. Ivan says a lesson bought is more powerful than a lesson taught. A lesson bought is more powerful than a lesson taught. Absolutely, and I agree. There is nothing like experience, but at some point, experience has to be at a different level. We can't keep repeating the same lessons and experiences as the people before us, because then we're not wiser than they are. I remember my mom would tell my sister stuff, and they say, "Oh, so you just got to see for yourself, huh?" And I don't think seeing for yourself is necessarily the best way to learn things, because if you learn from the person before you, now you can probably step up to another level of lesson and progress and move to a different level with the whole thing. So I definitely get what you're saying. There are some experiences that we go through, but those experiences that we go through are for us to teach somebody else so they don't have to experience the same thing, and they can avoid it and possibly kind of build up from there.
Well, I think
this mic. Christina says, I can't understand what John is saying. The devil is busy. He's in the airwaves tonight. So I need all the saints of God to begin to pray for John's mic tonight. Raise up a prayer for my brother's mic. Need y'all praying. And it happens from time to time. You have technical difficulties. But when we think about the advice that you've gotten from your mom. Guys, you can think about the advice they've gotten, but women, think about the advice that you've gotten from your mom in regards to how to treat a man, in regards to relationships. The advice that she gave you, was it based on what she didn't want for you or what she didn't want for her? If that makes sense. Monique says, don't we learn from our mistakes? Some of us won't get it until they fail and try again. And that's what I get it. We gonna make mistakes. And if you are living life, you gonna make mistakes. But the thing is, once we make mistakes, it is our responsibility to go back and tell somebody else the mistake that we made so they don't have to make the same mistake. If your mom had a failed relationship or failed marriage, it's her responsibility to tell you the mistakes that she made so that you can be wiser and not have to repeat the same things. I forgot the quote. It says those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. Somebody let me know if I'm right. Christina says, I think experience of others have shaped my own understanding of marriage and family and why I have come to certain decisions. And Christina has a point, because I'm assuming that she's saying this is why I'm not dealing with marriage. She says, like how every single person I know with kids has told me no. Like how every single person with kids has told me no. My producer, help me out. Help me out. I'm trying to get what you saying with that one. But listen, I get it. Nobody wants to go into a situation where they know they're going to hurt or they know they're going to fail. Nobody wants to go in. And you would think if, not to have them. Okay, got you. Not to have them. So she's talking about having kids. But what about later on in life? What about later on in life when you want family, or you just gonna rely on other people? You just gonna be, but sometimes you want your own family. You want your own kids. You want your own, because it's a whole different ball game in that arena. Now, I want to know if the same people who are telling you no, the single people about not having kids, I wonder if they're going to be singing that 10, 15 years from now. And if they're singing that, is that based on the kids, or is it based on mistakes they made raising them? And that's the thing that we gotta figure out about learning our lessons and the lessons we teach other people. Typically, if I make a mistake, Christina says, I just want the money.
She tripping.
Right. Typically, if I make a mistake, because of my compassion for other people, I try to tell other people about the mistake that I made so they won't make the same mistake. It is foolish for a person to hear somebody see somebody make a mistake, or hear somebody tell them about making a mistake, and they go and do the exact thing that they said you shouldn't do. That's foolish.
But that's not
right.
strong culture, is it?
Yeah. But you would think we better than that, though.
Well, I think we strive to be. I'm not sure that we will be. I think you got to set yourself from the culture to kind of see yourself. Hey. You don't think so?
Yeah. But if the culture is producing nothing but failure, foolishness and failure. Yeah. If it's producing foolishness and failure, then at some point you gotta wake up to the culture and say, you know what, I need to do something different.
You gotta remove yourself from the culture first. Because as long as you in it, if you in the stew, you just gonna stir it up.
So are there some women that should leave their mother's house? Meaning like not take advice from their mom at all?
Well, you gotta be enough to know what to take from my mom and what not to take from my mom.
So I guess
again, we see what to do. What's working, what's not working. Because I grew up seeing my mom and dad used to fight all the time.
Yeah.
After a while, you be like, this don't want this. I don't want this. I got to do something. So then you try to goddamn, okay, what do I need to do different?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I was talking about earlier about experiences. Listen, there are some things that you experience just because you don't know. And you don't know until you actually go through. But if somebody who has gone through it, if they tell you and then you go against their advice and do it just because you want to know for yourself, that's crazy.
That's foolish. That's generational. They don't come out and you tell them. They want to kiss their thing because they don't believe it. So they want to kick out. Don't touch that stuff hot. I don't believe you. You stop that. That's the over. Okay, go touch it.
So thinking about the advice that Judge Lynn told his mother gave her about, listen, give that man time to come in and decompress before you start hitting him with everything. How many women today would respect that advice?
Well, I like what anything else do. You have to be in the space where you can receive. Because she just talked about one time what if she had been telling her that? What if she had slide past? What if she said that in front of her husband? And her husband said, yeah, she's right. Because I was about to die out of here. I'm just you just have to put it where you can hear. And that's crazy thing. We have to be minded where we're trying to better ourselves at things we don't need to be better in. Because if you complain about the husband, you think you know about that. Yeah, you do what he's supposed to do. Vice versa. You ain't thinking about it because that point about him, not you. Or vice versa.
For the person that's saying that he ain't doing what he's supposed to do, based on what standards? Who say you know what needs to be done all the time? Who says that your way is right? Just like she told that woman. She said, listen, your husband is a man. She had to tell her your husband is a man. But based on the things that she was judging him on, she was telling him that he wasn't a man.
Well, why did you know mom was able to tell her you're he don't leave if you're doing that? Why do you think? Because put it in the chance, mom had been married before or was single.
Yeah.
Because mom learned this on something.
Monique said, yes, you need to be able to know what advice to use and what advice to let go. And that's from mom, dad, siblings, etc.
So Monique, you use stuff I say, I need to dress it. I need to take that on. I need that's why I need my life in 2022. Okay, go ahead.
So you probably want to take the advice or measure the advice against the results that they've gotten.
Yeah. That's good.
If they're telling you to do something that they didn't do, based on saying, I didn't do this and I learned, or I suffered, or something like that. But if they're telling you to do the same thing they did and you look at their life and it's not what you want, why listen?
The crazy thing about it is
Monique says, I'm sorry, John. I couldn't understand you. Please repeat. Y'all get off my man with his mic, man. They are on you with this microphone, boy.
I can always put to my people. As my thing. But one thing about results and being kind of thing, man, dude. You learn that where you should learn is what you want from relationship, what you don't want. A lot of times with kids, we see it. My mom was saying growing up, and I knew I didn't want to be with no pieces.
Mm-hmm. So if a person doesn't want to be single, listen, there are some things you're going to have to compromise on. You're going to have to make some compromises. If you getting everything you want out of a relationship, somebody's suffering.
Oh, wow. Oh, you just gonna like that, huh?
I mean, let's be real about it. If everything in your relationship is exactly what you want, you ain't talked to the other person to see if they getting everything they want.
You know, man, we always talk about relationships, and more importantly, we talk about communication. And the funny thing about communication, man, it don't never get any easier. No matter how long you together, no matter it's scary. We got perpetrated inside of the building. We got to call security. Compromise is good, but I also think though that sometimes we get into a routine and we don't say nothing. We don't even bother with it no more.
Do me a favor. Right. Wow, someone is suffering, Mika said. Do me a favor, real quick. School them on your Coke analogy.
Oh,
the two bottles of, school them on it. School them.
Okay,
school them real quick. School them.
Right quick. So relationships. Most time we think we get married, we think we get to bring a whole bottle of Coke and your whole bottle of Coke, and y'all get together and they put 2 Cokes on there for y'all both to fit into. That's not how marriage is. Marriage is y'all both fitting y'all 2 Coke bottles into one bottle. Y'all got to fit it into one bottle. Y'all got to fit the relationship, and you got to give away stuff, and she got to give away stuff enough of each other to where y'all can still be whole, but you giving up just enough for him and for her for y'all to be in one relationship. For example, it's 2 of y'all. Y'all got to fit in one bottle. Y'all got to make sure y'all give enough for each other where she can be whole and you can be whole. And remember, anytime you feel like flexing, she has to decrease some so you can be at 65 to 75%. That means she has to go to 25, or vice versa with him. Anytime she feel like doing her thing, you have to go from 40 so she can be 60. So anytime you're doing more you're supposed to, somebody has to decrease within themselves so you can be who you're trying to be. So remember, relationships are all about both of us trying to fit in the bottle. That's why it's all about compromise and communication. Hey, you doing too much. You squeezing me out. Hey, you doing too much. I can't breathe.
No, I always like that analogy because it paints the picture. If you only have so much space to fit things in, there are some decisions that have to be made. You got to decide what is actually necessary for you and what's necessary for them. And then you fit those in. There's a lot of crap that you bring into relationships, that you bring into marriages that you need to leave behind. Yeah. But you don't leave behind and you make the other person carry that weight.
Well, it's just to be honest. I think both me and them are guilty of this because remember we come into a relationship not really knowing what marriage or relationships are. We see them on TV, think everybody good enough for everybody happy, and that's not the case. It's a lot. It's giving one more thing. Well, if I get this, I ain't gonna be able to do that. Well, if I can't do this, I ain't gonna be able to do that. It's a constant compromise. That's the thing. The better the relationships are, the constant compromise you have to do. There's a song that I like to listen to, and it says, "The love will last long after the shine has gone." And the only way the love is going to last like that is you got to be giving of yourself freely because you want that other person to be happy. And that's what relationships are. I love her or him so much, I'm willing to give myself so they can be happy. And the other person should be striving for the same thing. And if both of y'all are striving for that, man, y'all going to be good. Y'all going to be good.
So that means there's a lot of talking that has to happen, a lot of communication that has to happen about your hopes, your dreams, your fears. All of this needs to take place. You have to have these conversations in order to make that work. Christina said, "I love that, John. That's great."
That was mine too. I came over that. Thank you for allowing me to share. I hadn't planned on it, but thank you, sir.
Final thoughts, bro.
All right. Hey guys, this is funny because with 2022, I think we need to try to do things a little bit better. Let's be a little bit more selfless this year. You can never give of yourself enough because listen, people need you and what you got, especially in our relationships. Let's be a little more selfless. Let's love on each other more. Let's give of each other more. Let's try to sacrifice of ourselves. And remember, I said let's, which means all of us. Let's try to sacrifice more of ourselves to ensure that that person you with is just as happy, if not more, than you are. That's my final thought. Hey, Happy New Year 2022. Hey, yeah, right. I'm going to holler at y'all. See y'all. Bye.
With, and it talks about, it says, I went by the field of the slothful, and I considered their ways, and I became wise. I went by the field of the person. I went and looked at the person, observed the person who didn't get the results I wanted. I went by and checked out the person who had the failed marriage. I went by and checked out the person who was bitter towards their husband, their wife for years. I went by the person who decided not to do it the right way. I considered their results and I became wise. We've been talking about experience. Some people say experience is the best teacher, but some say you don't have to take every class. There are things that you don't have to go through in order to be better. Now, your journey is your journey. Your personal struggle is your own thing, but you want to struggle in the effort of progress. You don't want to struggle in the effort of ignorance. If somebody tells you something to better yourself, don't try to test their theory all the time. Take what they say, build on it, and grow from there. This is how generations get better than the generation before. But if we don't listen to the previous generation about the things that we need to experience, then we just end up repeating the same thing and we tread in water. We never get where we need to go. So don't just take advice, but observe people as well. But make the decisions based on where you see yourself going in life and what you desire for your life, and watch things turn out good for you. And that's our King Speaks for this week.
Yeah, I got the mic straight out just in time.
Yeah, it was a struggle there for a minute, man. It was a struggle there for a minute.
Mm-hmm. I had to get this. The missus came and fixed it.
Oh, so your wife came and made everything all right.
Hey, man. She don't punch me anyway.
We want to thank y'all for joining us. Thank you for having this conversation with us. Thank you for everybody that went in the comments and let us know how you feel. We know we up against the Alabama-Georgia game, and I know that's a tall order right now.
Yeah,
I want to go watch it myself. So I'm about to go check it out. But we appreciate all the love. Real quick, let them know where they can find you, man.
Oh, man, I'm on Facebook. Comedian John Yogi. YouTube John Yogi. Y'all check the page out. Instagram Yogi Lou. And YogiLou.com is right now instructions. I'm having a new thing done. And I got some movies that's going to pop off this year. I'm about to blow up. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm telling you I'm about to blow up. So all y'all that I'm talking to now, I'm not going to talk to y'all after I blow up. Go ahead, Derek.
And you can catch us, Overcomers Empowerment Ministries, every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock on BS3 TV on Roku. We're live on Roku, 10 o'clock Sunday mornings. And that's really what I would like everybody to check out. Overcomers Empowerment Ministries. Go check us out. Got past messages on there that you can check out in the whole nine. And hoping it blesses you. But
all right.
Shout out to our producer, Dr. Selena Finch-Roy Smith in the house.
Selena, one time for the role of Finch-Roy.
Yeah. He He worked you tonight. We know. He worked you tonight. Well, we appreciate everybody. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for coming back. Happy New Year. Mika says we not going to talk to you either with that mic. He really has a good mic. He really does. We just got to figure out what's going on. But we'll figure it out for next time. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.